right. Episode 1 of the Friends Without Benefits podcast. The very first one, and I couldn't start a brand new podcast without making it special, and I'm about to make it real special with a guy who knows how to wear a t-shirt, Shane Dawson. What's up, Shane?
I really know how to wear a t-shirt, especially when I'm swimming. Sorry.
You're good at t-shirts.
Yeah, I never... Sorry, hold on.
No, that's what you sound like. That's what your voice sounds like.
I'll just take it off. No,
Okay.
I just took my headphones off because my voice sounds horrible.
Yeah. Mine sounds kind of sexy, but it's kind of weird. Maybe I'll take mine off, too. Make a difference. As long as Adam can hear us. Awesome. So I don't have any plan because this is the first episode, but you don't have much going on. But you have some tiny stuff going on, so I guess we'll talk about that to kill some time.
I have a lot of tiny stuff going on.
So you have a book out.
Yes, I have a book coming out on. Well,
it'll be out.
It'll be out.
It's out. It's out. Let's just everyone. If you're watching on the live stream or if you're listening on SoundCloud, the links are below. I'm actually doing a giveaway of your book because remember we talked about that and you said it was cool, awesome. So that's happening. And there's all the links how to get the book, how to get it on Amazon, how to get it on Kindle. I don't know.
Or in a store.
Or in a what?
No,
they're all closed down.
Oh,
No. The internet. People like you closed down the stores.
Oh, no.
Why did you close down all the stores and put people out of jobs?
Oh God, oh, so depressing.
Yeah. Well,
Walmart's still open. It's available there.
well, now I'm depressed. So you have the book is out. Did you ever think, if I said to you
No.
a couple of years ago, let me do my thing.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, we're shooting a video. I'm getting punched in the balls by a little person in one of your videos, right? Let's go back to that. And I was like, hey Shane, why don't you go write a book? What would you say?
I would have said, well, I've never read a book.
Right. Yeah.
I have never. The first book I read was the book I wrote. Originally, I was going to call my book the first book I've ever read.
Right. So, well, it doesn't. I mean, you can be a singer without having written a song.
Trust me, there's a lot on. Never.
Yeah. Well, you could do comedy on you can do comedy on YouTube without ever have done comedy. So what's the difference?
That's my favorite thing on YouTube is people who put comedian in their bios.
But you know what? They're silly in the vlogs. They talk about Target very irreverently. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
comedian.
Yeah, comedian.
Writer.
Comedian. Oh, writer, producer,
director.
Yes, all those things.
Yes.
That you could fit on a business card. But would you say, oh yeah, I would definitely write a book? Or if I said, people who do YouTube, they're just going to write books, whatevs. And companies will want it.
Well, here's the thing. I think for me it felt more natural just because I write all of my stuff, the movie and the videos and all that. I think it's weird. Even the sketches, people think that those are just they just happen or you just improv it. But no, we have scripts. You have scripts.
Yeah.
Every time we do videos, we have scripts. So this just felt like an extension of that. 18 scripts basically into a book. I never wanted to write it like an actual novel though, the story of a boy who moves from Long Beach to Hollywood.
Oh, that's so interesting though.
Oh God.
And things don't go well in the beginning, but then they do.
And then he meets somebody that ruins his life, but then they're friends again.
Yeah.
No,
and then money.
Well,
it's I feel like when you make your videos, I feel like it's like you're reading us a story. I feel like in some of them about something, you know what I mean? Because you narrate in some of your videos. You kind of preface it like you're almost narrating, and you have a new short film.
Yes.
What constitutes a short film?
I am so embarrassed to call it that. I was talking to Feliz Sketch about this when we were editing it. I was like, okay, I don't want to call it a short film because it's so douchey to say that, and plus nobody's going to click on that. But it is. I don't know what else to call it. A story.
Yeah. It's got 3 acts.
Yeah, it has a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
It looks like a thing.
It definitely has an end.
It definitely
my favorite part.
Hardcore end.
So the short film is a chapter from the book. Mm-hmm. How would you rank the short film? Which I'm sure people listening and people watching on the live stream, you've already seen it. And if you haven't, go see it. I'm sure they have 10,000 times. But how would you rank the rawness, the realness of that compared to some of the other ones?
Here's the thing. I think you mean in compared to the other chapters, or
other chapters?
Other videos?
Other chapters.
Oh, I think this was the most teen comedy chapter I think I had where I'm like, okay, this will make a nice video. A lot of the other chapters are stuff I couldn't really do. Like I have a whole chapter devoted to what I did with my excess skin after I lost all my weight because I had like 15 pounds.
Well, we have it with us today, Shane.
It's here. Wheel it in.
Bring it in.
So I did a whole chapter on that. It's really disgusting and funny. So there's a lot of chapters I just couldn't really create. Rawness. I mean, it was pretty raw. It was real. All of it was real. Except for, I didn't have sex with her at the end.
Well, that's what I was going to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to... Is it cool if I ask that and talk about that? I want to talk about the...
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I got really kind of a little bit wet when I saw that you... I was like, the teacher?
Yes.
What did the teacher... Did that really happen?
Yes.
The teacher? What did she look like? Was the girl in the video, who's an attractive girl, was that a Hollywoodized version? Or
no, it was about... I got really lucky with that actress. Totally Sketch knew her and was like, oh, she'll be great. And literally looks just like the teacher from high school. I was like, oh, I think this is her.
But did you bang?
No.
Sex bang? Did you
no,
sex
but
bang?
10 years later, I went to a bar and saw her again. And then she was like, what'd she say? She goes, oof. You got sexy. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm like, well, in high school, I always thought you wanted to have sex with me. She's like, I kind of did, but now I can.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what do I do?
Well, she could have before. I mean, you're cool, right?
I wouldn't. My shirt would have stayed on.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the socks stay on because, come on. Like, who's got time?
Shoes stay on.
Shoes stay on. It's sexy.
Underwear stays on.
There's a flap for that.
Mm-hmm. There's a flap for that.
It made me think of my very first, the first time I was like, ooh, there's something tingly going on in my pants. Is my 8th grade teacher, Mrs. Mills, so hot, and we spread, boys kind of make up stories, and you tell them enough, you think they're real. We imagined that her boobs were really, really huge, but she strapped them down with like straps. Because she was working, but when she got home, she took those straps off, and it was like, boom.
Oh.
Mrs. Mills.
That probably was real. I mean, it was probably her whole body that she would strap down and just let it all out.
Let it all out, and it was just like, oh, so good. But that's 8th grade Mrs. Mills.
I don't remember the first time I got wet. I think it was... Oh, no, I remember. Okay, I was watching Grace Under Fire, which for those who don't know...
When you say Grace, I was watching Grace. I was like, kind of recent.
Grace kind of big.
I wasn't had a problem with that. I was like, it kind of seems kind of recent.
I love the sarcastic dryness. Makes me wet. No, I was watching Grace Under Fire, which was a sitcom about some lesbian lady who fixed cars, and I was laying naked, and I looked in my reflection in the glass door, and I saw my butt, and I started spanking myself. And this is real, by the way. I was into spanking myself because I was like, I got spanked.
I've done some weird stuff to my penis back when.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I mean, I fucked every object in the house.
Yeah, we talked about that. You remember us talking about that?
I think.
I think it was like Halloween or something.
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
Yeah, I fucked every object in the house. Yeah. I would spank myself, put a little finger in my butt. It got real weird.
Wait, you put your what finger?
I put a little finger in my butt.
I put my pillow finger in my butt, and I was like, you have a pillow finger?
I put my pillow finger in my butt. Those big foam fingers. No, I loved masturbating I'm not as much anymore. I'm bored of it. But back then, it was great.
It was so good. Well, I used to put, mousse for your hair, and it kind of how it foams and stuff. I put that all over the place and just let it tingle.
Oh, I did something that could... I don't know if this could get me arrested, so I'll say I didn't do this, but I really did. I had my cat... You know how cats will go... How they'll gnaw on like a pillow, like with their hands, and they go brrr, brrr, and like their fingers. So I would put my cat on my balls and put a little tuna on like the crevice of my dick, and my cat would just go brrr, brrr, and purr on my balls while I would jerk off, and then just sniff my dick for the tuna. I didn't want it to eat it, just sniff it.
Oh, because you're not a sicko.
I'm not disgusting.
You're not a disgusting person. We're filming this at full screen, everybody, so just let you know, fullscreen.com, the best in content creators. There's your shout out. Hey, anything going on in the chat room over there?
It's frozen.
Oh, it is? Oh, man, hit refresh on that.
Yeah, how long has it been frozen for? Oh, no, that works. Oh, it's lagging, so I see myself being
Is the chat room thing open?
It's loading.
It's loading.
Just want to let everybody know.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Today we're going to be revealing some things.
Yeah, it's going to get nasty.
Before.
I hope you guys are hearing all this. So let me ask you something about books. We'll check in on that in a second. Is this a thing where like YouTube? Because a lot of YouTubers write books, or they put pictures in pages.
Yes.
Or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Is it companies going like some kind of like Jew corporate guy who's like, hey Shane.
Yeah.
Gotta write a book.
Yeah. Gotta write a book.
Yeah, man. Gotta write a book. Is it like that, or YouTubers kind of seeking that out, or how does that work?
I think it's both. I think a lot of us YouTubers are on the same book publishing company, label, whatever they call
money,
it.
money.org.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, bling, bling. Yeah, no, this specific company, Simon & Schuster, came to me and a couple other people at my agency and was like, hey, we want to give like 5 YouTubers book deals. This is what it is. Do you want to do this? And I originally said no because I'm like, I don't want to write a book and that's embarrassing. And they wanted to get a ghostwriter and like I was like, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And then I just, for fun, one night in my hotel room when we were filming the movie, I just wrote a couple like essays and I sent them off and they were like, these are good. And I sent them to some friends and I was like, well, I could write 18 of these.
Or you probably like, was it a process of like you had just? I know I'm sidetracking. Did you have like a whole bunch and you chose 18, or did you write 18?
No, I wrote 18. It took me a year. I mean, I've been working on it for a year. I did it all myself, and then a lot of YouTubers are doing books, and I think companies are like, oh, they can sell books. This is great, money, because nobody buys books anymore at all. But for me, I don't know. It wasn't even about the money because I don't care. It's not that much money. I mean, even selling the movie, I didn't make anything. So for me, it's just more like I want people to see this, read this book, and actually think it's funny. Besides my audience, because I think it is, and I hope that it opens up a door.
Well, they're probably the companies like counting on like. It already have a fan base, but what you would like is like somebody to be like, I've never heard of this dude before, and I'm taking it for face value, not based on the front loaded. Like I've known his videos and I follow him and I know him. Do you think there's like a lot of like writers out there that like, I didn't get a book published by Simon & Schuster?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, but also there's a lot of filmmakers out there who hate on YouTubers because they get movie deals.
Sure.
And listen, I'm one of them. When I see YouTubers who are terrible get deals, I get so frustrated and angry. I'm like, I've been working at this for 8 years, and it took me 8 years to make a movie and all these things. But then you got to remember, terrible people with terrible content fade out and go away. Yeah. And so great writers are eventually going to rise to the top, and terrible writers, are not.
I want to take another turn. So I was thinking, if you go to a playlist or VidCon, you see how like people that were popular at one time. I know this is like lame, but like there's almost like a little bit of like trends, like people fall off and stuff like that. But you seem to like maintain and branch out and kind of roll with it and grow with it and all that kind of stuff. What do you think? Because there's probably people out there listening or watching that they're like I want to do YouTube. How do you sustain?
Don't be gimmicky. And listen, be gimmicky, but don't overdo it. Like if your thing is like, oh God, this is dangerous territory. But okay.
Oh boy.
Listen, if you become insanely popular really quickly on YouTube for doing one specific thing, that's going to go away. Right. You have to do multiple things. I did sketches and vlogs, and I was doing music, and I was doing a podcast. I'm doing a lot of different things, whereas I think Grace is another example of somebody who gets it, who they do a lot of different things. But then when you have somebody who, I only do this, it's like, or I only dye my hair crazy colors, or I only do certain things. Well, that's going to get old. Then what are you going to do? And plus, a lot of these people just fall into it. They're friends of somebody popular, so then they get popular, and then they don't know what to do with it, and then they fade away.
It's like getting discovered, almost in a way. It's like it wasn't based on any kind of real merit, but it was just like, you're popular you're sitting next to somebody popular in a video. Yeah.
But also, a lot of these YouTubers don't have an end goal. Like for me, when I started, I wanted to make movies. So I'm like, okay, my end goal is in 5 years I'm going to make a movie, and then after that I'm going to do blah 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 blah. Yeah, a lot of people are starting now. I want to be famous on YouTube. Why? That's terrible. Like it's not a long career. You're going to be dead by the time you're 30. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to hate yourself. You're going to hate everybody around you. Why would you want to be popular on YouTube? My end goal is to make movies, and I think most YouTubers just need a better end goal.
Well, I feel like it's a cycling in of young people get older. You know what I mean? If you're like, I'm 14, like my 14-year-old self really likes blank. Mm-hmm. Well, 14 then turns to 15 and 16, then they don't like blank anymore. Yeah. Like, how does that, do you ever factor in, people grow up?
Oh, yeah.
Or are enough new people going to be funneled in? Yeah. I mean, I know making...
No, that's what you have to do. You have to grow with your audience, and also, listen, there's always going to be 12-year-olds on YouTube watching YouTube. Mm-hmm. They're going to be there. As long as my video has a funny title and a funny thumbnail, they're going to be there. But to keep the older kids, you got to grow. Like podcasting, I started that 2 years ago maybe. My podcast audience is all 20, 25. Like that's what it is.
Super old.
Super fucking old.
Oh, near
disgusting.
Dead. Yeah, near dead.
Near death.
Their genitals don't work anymore. Why should they?
No, most of them are suicidal. But I did that on purpose because I'm like, I want them to grow with me and do something I can do when my hair falls out, which is soon. So yeah, that audience is older. I think my movie audience was older. I think the book, I'm hoping will get an older audience. You have to grow with them because there's nothing worse than running into somebody who's like 25 at a Walgreens and they say, I used to watch your videos when I was 8, but then I got real friends and then I grew up. It's like that, and that happens, but it's like, well, how do I get them back? Make something good.
Yeah. I just put more boobs in the thumbnails.
More boobies.
Bigger boobies in smaller thumbnails.
Do boobies work anymore?
Yeah. Well, I have an older audience for the most part. Yeah. For most part. So you mentioned your movie Not Cool.
Yeah.
Not Cool. But that was kind of like encapsulated in a reality show. Oh. How was that now we're sitting here with the movie. Was it the experience you hoped, or was it did it get what you wanted out of it, or?
Okay, it was half great, half horrible. Like the great part was making a movie with not my own money because I do that all the time. It sucks. So having a movie, making it, releasing it, all that stuff was great. The other side of it, which was not having the script written by me and having to rewrite it with a writer, that was hard because I write everything I do. That was hard, and then also dealing with Zachary Quinto, who was one of the producers, who's the worst, and then dealing with all those.
Sorry, Zach. I know you're listening.
Big fan.
Yeah.
He's busy slapping children. That's his new thing. So yeah, that was hard. And then dealing with all the negative reviews, which by the way, like most of the reviews weren't even about the movie. They were about like me and the internet and YouTubers, and which by the way, like I've watched a lot of terrible teen comedies. I don't think my movie's the best movie of all time. But it was funny. It had a storyline, and the acting was good. Give it some kind of a credit.
Yeah, you're giving it. It's unfair.
They didn't even watch it. Oh, it's the most offensive thing of all time. I'm like, literally, this isn't any more. This is the least offensive thing I've ever made.
Yeah.
Well, there's a dick in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was hard.
Just one juicy
cock.
Yeah, come on.
Just one nice.
Fullscreen.com. Make sure best comedy creators. Make sure to sign up today.
Yeah, I don't know. So it was, I had to go to therapy because it was such a bad experience. The release and the bad reviews and Zachary Quinto and all that bullshit. And the other team, they were horrible. They still talk shit about me on Twitter. But, my movie's available now on DVD at Walmart and theirs isn't, so fuck it.
Yeah. Oh, now do you want to make another one? I know. I mean, I can ask.
Yeah, I think
in general. Yeah. In general, you want to make another one.
Yeah, me and Toy Sketch, mutual friend.
Yeah, that's how we know each other.
Yeah. We wrote a whole outline the other day at Cheesecake Factory for a movie called Fat Chicks, which we're
very
excited about.
I know. What'd you get at Cheesecake Factory? I know this is like stupid, but that's what I'm thinking about.
Okay, wait. Do you want me to say what I get now that I'm doing this boring diet, or what I would get?
What would get? Like, make me wet again.
Okay. First, I would start with a platter of the factory nachos.
Oh, they're so good. Oh. You gotta go factory nachos.
Extra bottom sauce. It's a sauce they put on the very bottom of the plate that they put the chips on top of. Oh. It's a secret. If you ask for extra,
because you don't want some dry or like
no. You want the juicy bottom. And then after that, I would I'll get a salad, feel like a little bit better about myself. Extra ranch on the side, but then I'll get some extra brown bread and some ranch for dipping.
I like the sourdough. What do you think of the sourdough?
Interesting.
Yeah, I like the brown bread.
I think the brown bread is more special. It's different.
Brown.
It's brown.
Like our women.
Here we go. Yes, actually saw a post. Did you comment on my video today? I saw it. You said I like.
Oh yeah, I like my
women.
Like I like my Shane Dawson short films, short and full of self-hatred. Oh, some girl went off on me today. Sorry if you're listening. Whatever. She was so mad. She's like, "How do you?" It's like, "How? I'm tired of guys doing whatever." And it's
God.
Look, you just came from a video, right? You know what I mean? There's like fish stick jokes, which I read way more into. You know what I mean?
It's like what fish stick joke?
I don't know.
What's the joke?
I just hear the word fish, and I'm just like, because fish sticks is funnier than you know what I mean, like
true, yeah.
Than tater tots or whatever.
So true.
But you came from that video, and now you're mad at me because I made a joke.
No, that's the thing that's so horrible about the internet right now, which is why I try to stay off of Twitter and stuff. And I mean, I tweet, but I don't really read any of it because you can't say fucking anything without being a racist, a homophobe, misogynist, whatever. It's crazy. Like, listen, blackface, I get it. Offensive, I won't do that again. Oops. But there's other things that I've tweeted that I'm like, how is this construed as racist or offensive? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Can't say anything.
Yeah. Well, you could say it here. Do you want to just get it all out now?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I hate black people, Mexicans, gay people, straight. I hate everybody.
Yeah. Well, that was your affirmation in the mirror before you walked in here to get yourself psyched up.
Yeah. I want to do a whole video. I was talking to Steve Green about it, another mutual friend.
Yep.
We want to do a whole video where I just, talk about how I hate all different kinds of people, not just black people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I'm
how dare you.
I'm a well-rounded, hateful person.
I'll fund that.
Okay.
Can we see? Is there a way to pull up the chat to see if anyone's just?
It's
get
still
some...
not loading. But I'll take a guess at what it is.
Yeah.
I think Janet LaCava.
Yeah.
Is definitely blowing it up.
Oh wait, there we go. Can you read anyone's thing? Or
there's John Go Away.
Yeah.
There's Food is Life. Let's talk about food. And there's also, do they have a gluten-free option?
Oh, is this Cheesecake Factory talk?
I believe it is.
Wow, I didn't know that resonated with people so much.
No, it does. Talking about your food orders is very.
Well, you have speaking of Cheesecake Factory, you have your book. You're doing a book tour
at different Cheesecake Factories.
Yeah.
Yes, around the country.
I wish. So, but you are like you. Well, I know you have one in LA because it's next to the Grove on the 10th.
Yeah, bitch. I saw you RSVP'd.
Yeah, I mean, I like going to the Grove and I like Cheesecake Factory and I like to see the chaos. So, the book tour information's in the link below.
Yes.
It's in the
LA, New York. This is all happening in a week.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy week of LA, New York, New Jersey, Chicago, Texas, and then LA again. Please come. I'm so nervous. I'm not one of those YouTubers who has a lot of. Okay, how do I say this? I'm not like a Nash Greer where I don't even have to tweet about it. A million people show up. No, I have to hustle. I got to fucking over tweet about it, oversell it. You guys need to tell your friends to come. Even if they don't know who I am, please come support. I want the Barnes & Nobles to be like, wow, people are going to buy this book. Very, very nervous. Please come.
Yeah, because the internet is what killed Barnes & Noble or what's killing Barnes & Noble, but you would like to go to Barnes & Noble.
I would like to go to Barnes & Nobles and say, look, guys, look, we killed you.
Yeah, we killed you. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Well, speaking of killing, Shane, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your book's out on Amazon. The links are in the description below. Yes. Anything else you want to plug while you're here?
Just life.
Yeah. You want to plug life? Hashtag plug life?
Just life.
So make sure to get Shane's book, Get Not Cool. It's out. Go to his book tour. Follow him on LinkedIn. He's really killing it on LinkedIn. He sends dick pics on LinkedIn all the time. And this is the Friends Without Benefit podcast. It's the first one. Make sure to follow us on SoundCloud. Check us out. More episodes coming up. And then this is the first one, so I don't know what else. There's new ones coming up. And thank you to Shane.
Thank you to you. And thank you to Janet LaCava and everybody else in the chat.
Bye, everybody.